The woman not only emptied the house but also personally removed the dentures she had paid for her mother-in-law. When the scumbag returned, he found the house was already stripped bare. Not only was their wedding poster torn in half by the woman, even the toilet had been removed from the house. To make matters worse, the mother could barely speak without leaking air now. What happened to your gold tooth? She even made her take it out. All because everything was the scumbag's own doing. Clearly, there was a remarkably virtuous wife at home, but he insisted on hanging out with a wealthy heiress every day. In a fit of anger, the woman chose to divorce the scumbag. After coming out of the Civil Affairs Bureau, her friends set off firecrackers to celebrate. They even let the woman cross the fireplace to start a new life. But when the scum saw this scene, he was full of ridicule. He laughed at the woman for divorcing him. His child can't even get a local registration. She would have to obediently return to the countryside to raise pigs. Unexpectedly, the woman told the scumbag that she had already found a new husband. Her new husband was about to come to the Civil Affairs Bureau to get their marriage certificate. The scumbag dismissed the woman's words. In his eyes, a divorced woman would likely end up marrying a vagabond. Just as he finished speaking, a row of luxury cars suddenly appeared. The woman knew her husband was just a small worker at a repair shop. She had intended for him to rent the boss's car. However, she did not expect him to drive out so many luxury cars. And the president, looking at the woman in front of him, was even more beautiful than what was described on the dating site. Without waiting for him to react, the woman led the CEO to the Civil Affairs Bureau to get a license. After coming out, she did not forget to show off to the scumbag. At that moment, the woman remembered she still had things left to move. Since she was already divorced, she did not want to let the scumbag off the hook, so she grabbed the president to help her move. Originally, the president was curious about how the two of them would be able to move everything, but he did not expect the woman had already called a moving company. The president was surprised that the seemingly innocent woman had such a fierce side. The woman, full of momentum, led a group of people to her home. Without hesitation, they moved all the furniture out. When the scumbag returned, he found there was nothing left in the house. Furious, he immediately chased after them. Just as he was about to teach the woman a lesson, he was stopped by the president. The president directly pushed him aside and took the woman away. When the scumbag stormed back home, his mother kept urging him to bring his son back quickly. Reluctantly, the scumbag had no choice but to tell his mother the truth. It turned out the boy was not his biological son. 5 years ago, on their wedding night, he had sold the woman to the president. So for the past 5 years, he had never touched the woman. He never expected the woman would get pregnant that night. At that moment, the president had no idea that the boy was his son. He just felt an inexplicable sense of familiarity with the boy. To maintain the appearance of being poor, the president had to follow the woman back to her rental house. Watching the president play with her son at the dining table, the woman felt that this life was what she had always longed for.